Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making some festive treats. I am going to be replicating all of the treats from 2016's 24 Days of Zoella festive, quick and festive treats. That's what the video is called. I'll link it down below so you can have a look at her, original of that. I just thought it'd be fun to make the treats and see how quick and easy and tasty these festive treats are. I've got 5 treats coming up on this video. The first one, we're making chocolate orange cookies. Then we are making gingerbread cheesecake truffles. Then we've got Christmas tree brownies. We've got mini Christmas pudding marshmallow balls. And we've got some pretzel wreaths. So let's get going. First off, we're starting with the cookies. These are from the Tanya Burr cookbook that Zoe used on her channel. I've halved the ingredients because there's only Chris and I here and we're just not going to get through that many cookies. For the cookies, you will need 137 grams of self-raising flour, 150 grams of sugar, 1 egg, 100 grams of butter, 37 grams of cocoa, a splash of milk, and of course you will need a Cherry's chocolate orange. In her video she also had white chocolate, but I'm going to keep it chocolatey with the chocolate orange. Using our KitchenAid, I'm going to cream the butter and sugar. Once that's creamed, we're going to add an egg. The cocoa. If your mixture is looking too dry, then you can add a splash of milk. Now we're going to add the chocolate, so I'm just going to smash chocolate orange. So I'm going to mix about half of it into the batter and the other half is going to go for decorations on top. Now we're just going to give this a good old mix. In the video, her mix looks a little bit thicker than mine, or she was more willing to get her hands in that. It might be because I halved the ingredients, but I didn't halve the egg. Probably that. So these, I'm going to take 2 spoons and we're going to blob them on to the baking sheets. So with half the recipe, I've managed to get 4 what I think are going to be pretty generously sized cookies. These now go in an oven for 10 minutes. So while I've got the oven on, I'm going to start making the brownies. We're moving on to Christmas tree brownies. For this bake, you will need a chocolate fudge brownie mix. Zoe used the Betty Crocker, so am I. The vanilla buttercream from Betty Crocker too. You need 3 tablespoons of oil, 5 tablespoons of water, and an egg. You also need for this candy canes, green food colouring. I've got the AmeriColor one that she had, and then I've got decorations, got little stars and silver balls. So basically we're just going to make up this brownie mix. Okay, the brownies are done. I did leave them in there for 2 minutes longer than I should have, and that's why they're a little bit darker on the edges. But those are pretty mammoth cookies, aren't they? As you can see, they are like super soft. And in the video, she does say that it might confuse you that they're super soft, but they'll harden up as they cook. Hopefully mine won't harden up too much. Okay, so I'm going to put this batter into this tin. So that's going in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes. Not making the same mistake that I did with these cookies. Now I'm going to make the green butter icing for the Christmas tree decoration. So I've got a clean bowl here. I'm going to empty this and a bit of this in a bowl and chuck it in the old piping bag. So that's ready for icing. I'm going to pop this in the fridge until we need it. While that brownie is baking, we are going to get on with the gingerbread cheesecake truffles. Again, I'm halving the recipe for this. I've got 125 grams of blitzed ginger nut biscuits. I've got white chocolate, milk chocolate, and full fat soft cheese. And also decorations. We're just going to tip our blended biscuits into a bowl, and then we're going to pop a dollop of cream cheese inside it. Start with that and just mix it up. Now that this has come into a ball, we're going to roll it into small balls. I think I remember in the video she likes a generous mouth-sized ball. I think like that size. Our brownie has come out of the oven, and now it is time to let that cool. It needs to be pretty cold before we can ice it, so just leave it as it is. Now I've rolled these balls, they're going to go into the freezer for 10 minutes just to chill. I'm going to melt this chocolate in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time, checking it, stirring it. So we have melted the white chocolate. I've also melted a little bit of milk chocolate, crumbled up some biscuits, and got some sprinkles ready for decoration. These are nice and chilled, so I'm going to start dipping them in chocolate. Just going to use a fork, I think. She used a toothpick, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to do 2 and then decorate, I think. Crunchies. Let's do some stars on this one. I'll do some chocolate on that first one as well. Oh, a bit messy. Sure, we'll get the hang of it in a second. And these are finished truffles. I'm going to put them to the side so they can set properly. Now that we have completed our truffles, we're going to be moving on to the mini Christmas Pud crispy balls. So basically these are marshmallow treats that look like little Christmas puddings. For this recipe, you are going to need 200 grams of chocolate. Ideally it should be all milk, but I didn't have all milk, so I'm making do with what I've got. I've got some white chocolate in a piping bag ready to go for the decoration. I've got 150 grams of marshmallows, 100 grams of Rice Krispies, and 50 grams of butter, and some really cute little holly and berry sprinkles I got at Waitrose, and a big old pan. So we're going to start by putting the gas on, and we're going to melt our butter in there, and we're going to add in our chocolate and marshmallows. Now it looks like this. I'm going to add in the Rice Krispies. And then we're going to combine that all together to make it lovely and sticky. Now that's combined, we're going to roll it into balls. I've just put some water in a bowl. I feel like that's going to be a good, I think finger dipping is probably sensible. So that's, well, it's quite warm, so watch out. Let's roll these into balls. Okay, so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 so far. I'm going to pop those in the freezer. I'm just now putting some white chocolate on top, so it looks like icing. And these are pretty cold, so I'm just going to pop on some sprinkles. This bit is fiddly. Now we are on to our easiest recipe and our last recipe. We are going to make pretzel wreaths. For this recipe you are going to need pretzels, white chocolate and sprinkles. So we're going to dip in the heart side into our white chocolate and lay it down, and we're going to create a circle doing that. Then we're going to take the pointy end and dip that side in and put them on top. This is the effect you'll get. I'm just going to put a tiny bit more chocolate to bind it together, and then I'm going to put some sprinkles on. And we're just going to carry on like that. These are now going to set and then they're ready. Okay, so the brownie is ready to cut. It's completely cooled in this pan and we're going to cut this into triangle shapes. We're going to chop this in half. My eye is the most crooked eye you ever saw. Christmas cheese. We have our triangles. Now we are going to break up our candy canes so we can make their little stalks. So I think I'm just going to break them in the packet and then we're just going to like pop them in. Might need to make a little hole with a knife. Now they all have little candy canes in them, we are going to ice. There's a little bit there. I reckon you could get away with using half of that mix, by the way, if you want to make it yourself. Now we are going to put on our sprinkles. I've got silver balls and gold stars. These chilled down perfectly and now they're the right size, just have a little snack. So I have finished baking finally. It's taken me about 2 hours, but I've made all 5 components to that video. Do you want to have a look? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a taste test. Okay, so I've got myself a bit of everything. I'm just going to cut a bit off, I can't eat all this. Okay, so first we've got the chocolate orange cookie. It's a pretty good cookie, it's pretty moist. It's quite crumbly. I just had some orange in that one. It's really good. Next I'm going to go for the brownie. You know, I was all prepared to say that would be way too much icing, but weirdly it worked. I'm not a massive like brownie fan, but that's quite nice. It kind of like gives you more moisture or something. I find that really rich cocoa stuff can like dry out my mouth. Now we're gonna go for our truffle. It's quite claggy. When it affects your voice, it's claggy for sure. I really like the flavour of that, but I would say the textures are a bit samey. You need something refreshing to cut through that. Okay, now we're gonna go for our marshmallow pud crunchy cut. That's pretty good. Rice Krispie treat. Bit of chocolate. Can't go wrong. And last we have our little wreath. I really like the sweet white chocolate with the salty pretzel. Definitely a cute thing to have on your table, that's for sure. So I think my favourite one is either the cookie or maybe the brownie. Controversial. I didn't think I was going to like that very much, but I do. Betty Crocker hasn't done me wrong. Which one was your favourite? And pop it down below. And let me know if you like this style of video where I sort of like copy someone's recipes, because they're quite fun to do. If not a little time consuming, but it's all fun. If you like this video, then please give it a like, comment below, subscribe to this channel, and hope you're having a lovely Vlogmas. See you later. Bye.